6:11. Let's get to a Friday Big Take.
The Big Take on Kale and Company.
The Big Take this morning, Donald Trump indicted. The indictment of Donald Trump is an ugly look and a bad day for politics in the United States of America. If you don't believe there's a two-tier justice system, then you were asleep last night, literally and figuratively. This is the stuff you expect from a third world banana republic. The boxes hoax goes to show you the level to which the Biden Department of Justice will go to eliminate their political opposition. Legal analyst Jonathan Turley surprised by the latest indictment of the former president. South Carolina's Nancy Mace says this just secured the 2024 nomination for Trump. Trump says this is, quote, election interference at the highest level and will plead not guilty to his alleged retention of classified documents. Trump is listed in the indictment, which is not unsealed yet, as a criminal defendant charged with at least 7 counts of obstruction of justice, conspiracy, and illegal retention of classified governmental material. He is expected to appear Tuesday in a Miami federal court. Let's take a listen to the 45th president of the United States as he posted this video last night on Truth Social.
And they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. It's been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out. No collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats. But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country. They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things.
Donald Trump last night on Truth Social. I have always been a law and order guy, and I am consistent with that. If Trump did commit some sort of crime, fine. But deal with Biden and the others as well, equally and evenly. If we are going to have laws and we are going to apply and enforce those laws, give me consistency in the application of those laws. I think that is what many supporters of Trump would say. Why do we have a two-tiered justice system? Well, it's really simple. If you have an R in front of your name, you're handled in one fashion. If you have a D in front of your name, you get dealt with in a different fashion. In 2016, it was the media. It was Hillary. It was Russia. It was CNN. In 2020, it was social media, big tech, censorship and suppression of stories that favored the Biden administration. And now in 2023, and again, more importantly, coming up in 2024, it'll be the courts. First, it was Bragg. Now it's Garland in Florida. Next, it'll be D.C. for January 6th. Then it will be Atlanta. Has one man ever been hacked at by more of America's institutions than Donald Trump? Bill Clinton took home classified documents. George Bush took home classified documents. Barack Obama took home classified documents. Mike Pence took home classified documents. Hillary Clinton had classified documents on her email server. Biden's got documents scattered throughout sports cars, garages, beach houses, and random streets in Ireland. Trump is the only one that has been indicted. Oh, by the way, the same day that Biden was caught taking more millions, and every time something drops on Biden, what do? Boom, they hit Trump. It's interesting how that works, right? So you would think Hunter is next, Joe is next, and then they'll try to spin it and say, hey, look, see, we're very fair. But let's try to digest and make sense of all of this from a legal standpoint. And a lot of times, legal terminology can put you to sleep. But Jonathan Turley of Fox News does a great job of breaking this down last night in real time as it happened live on Jesse Waters. Take a listen.
This has never happened before in the history of this country, has it?
No, it hasn't. And this is one first that I hope most people regret, even if you feel that it's warranted. It's surprising because Merrick Garland had a decision to make here, not just whether there was evidence to indict, but whether that served the interest of justice. So we have to see what's in this indictment. There are a couple of things that we'll be looking for. Obviously, the obstruction charge is the one that most of us have been talking about for months. That, to me, has always been the greatest threat to Donald Trump. But there's also the question of whether they'll charge possession of classified documents. That's going to put the Department of Justice in a tough position, because if they charge possession, it's going to make it difficult not to charge Vice President Biden with the same crime. But if they don't charge him on that, some people may view it as an effort to avoid the necessity of a charge against the president. So this indictment, the details of this indictment are enormously important. But that obstruction charge comes with a big ticket sentencing provision. That's up to 20 years. But as with many of these cases, Jesse, it comes down to timing. They don't have a lot of runway before the presidential election. And the court's going to be in a tough position how to deal with this criminal case when you have the leading candidate for president who wants to be campaigning. Then there's the final issue here, which is going to get really wicked. And that is, Trump could run on pardoning himself. You know, for people that feel that this is bias, that this is part of a pattern, he could turn this on his opponents and actually run on his right to pardon himself. So if he's elected, even if he's convicted, he could pardon himself, or he can do so before a trial occurs.
Jonathan Turley on Fox News last night. And I believe wholeheartedly that if Donald Trump was not running in 2024, and last fall he said, you know what, I'm getting older, I'm tired, I don't have the stamina and the energy to go through it again, I don't believe for a second there would be a single individual indictment handed down to Donald Trump. He is being attacked by the opposition through the criminal justice system. Like we said, the media in 2016, social media and big tech in 2020, and now the court system at the federal level all the way down to Manhattan district courts. But the reality is this will galvanize the Trump base more and make things even more compelling as we work our way through 2023, summer debates coming up, and then obviously election year in 2024. Some will argue this doesn't matter. He could very well be dead on arrival once he beats Ron DeSantis, and he's got no chance to beat Joe Biden. But it's historical what happened last night. As Jonathan Turley just said, we don't see this happen to presidential candidates. But then again, it's Trump, so I guess it's all fair game, right? That's the way I view it, and that's the big take.
The Big Take on Kale and Company.